All right, so it's Monday evening. I did not get groceries this weekend, so I have to get groceries tonight. Now, I'm gonna be doing grocery delivery because A, it saves me so much time, and B, I don't have a vehicle right now. My car is in the shop because I had a tire blowout on the way back from the airport on Friday, which obviously I'm super excited about. So anyway, I thought I would take you through my whole process of like how I decide what to get, how I kind of do inventory in my fridge, and how I figure out what we're gonna eat this week. So let's go. Okay, so I've already gone on to Walmart, the Walmart app, and I've gone ahead and added the non-grocery, like household items that I know we will need. What's kind of sad is that I added all of those items and I'm already up to almost $100. And basically I just got like lens wipes, some medications, dog food, OxyClean, paper plates, you know, dog treats, that kind of stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through the fridge. Now, something else I always do is that I do keep a little magnetic list and a pencil on the side of my fridge over here. And so that way my family throughout the week can write down what they need and I know obviously to order it. So that just helps with making sure that I don't forget things. And obviously during the week, if I know that I'm out of something, I'll actually just go ahead and go into my Walmart app and add it. That way it's already in there for the next time I go to order groceries. Okay, so I know for sure I need some mayo. I'm almost out of that. This is like scraping the bottom. Basically, I kind of just try to go through the fridge and figure out what staples I need, like things that we use frequently or all the time, you know, that are gonna run out that I don't have a backup of. Like Diet Coke, for example. I've probably got like, I don't know, 10 cans left in here, but I'll probably need another case to get me through the week. Okay, and then I've got some breakfast sandwiches in here that I meal prepped. Normally I buy those for Adam if I don't make them myself, so at least I know I don't have to get those. I've got some sausage in here, some breakfast sausage. The other thing I'm kind of trying to do is deciding what I have in here that is going to need to be used up like quickly within the next week. And then I can also think about, okay, what can I make out of that? What can I put on the meal plan? And then based on that, do I need any other ingredients? One thing I really try to do is always meal plan first based on what I have already in my house, specifically what's in my fridge that is gonna go bad soon. And then I go to my pantry and my freezer also and see what I have in there. But I think that does help keep costs down as much as possible. It is one of the steps that I recommend in meal planning. And if you guys have not taken my meal planning course, what are you waiting for? There is a ton of content over there in the classroom. You can join us. I'll have a link if you want to join that in the description box below. Super fun, lots of resources, basically a really, really comprehensive meal planning course. Okay, so one thing that I love not having to remember to always pick up during my grocery hauls is detergent, because I always keep Earthbreeze on hand. And thank you again to Earthbreeze for sponsoring today's video. I've been working with them here for a while on my channel, and you guys, they have revolutionized the laundry detergent game. So if you can believe it, these are actually laundry detergent sheets. I know they look like dryer sheets, but they're not dryer sheets. They actually dissolve in water super easily, and they clean your clothes really, really well. I've been using them for a long time. One of the other things I really like about Earthbreeze is that they're really great for travel. So when we did our family vacation this summer, we went to a cabin that just happened to have a washer and dryer, and I knew we would want to wash clothes there. And so instead of bringing like liquid detergent with me or pouring it into another container, I was just able to throw a couple of these in a Ziploc bag and throw it in my bag. It was so, so convenient. Earthbreeze Eco Sheets were made to make your life easier. It dissolves in any wash cycle, hot or cold. There's no measuring, no gooey mess, and no heavy plastic jugs. All you have to do is toss the sheet in. It's also delivered to your door via free carbon offset shipping at a frequency that you set for your own laundry lifestyle. They also offer flexible subscriptions that can be paused or adjusted or canceled at any time with no penalties. They've definitely thought of everything. The packaging is just a lightweight cardboard envelope that saves you space and, again, avoiding the big plastic laundry detergent jugs. Earthbreeze is compatible with high efficiency washers and gray water systems, and it's also septic safe, which is important to me. We have a septic system here at our house. Most importantly, you still get a really powerful clean. That's something that's obviously important to me. I have kids. My son is in sports, and so I definitely need something that works really, really well on stains and odors, and Earth Breeze does just that. They also have a 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back, so there's no questions asked and no return necessary if you're not happy. So if you guys want to try out Earth Breeze, I'll have a link in the description box below, or you can go to earthbreeze.com/Chapin, earthbreeze.com/CHAPIN, and they have a couple different options to choose from. This one is a fragrance free, but then they also have a fresh scent as well, which I really love. Typically I do go with the fresh scent just because I like my laundry to be scented. Obviously that's a personal preference, but if you use my link, you're gonna get 40% off your subscription. Like I said, money back guarantee. You can cancel, pause, or adjust your subscription at any time. Highly recommend Earth Breeze. Again, I'll leave that link down below, or you can tap on the screen right here. And thank you again to Earth Breeze for supporting me here on my channel. Okay, and then my egg container is empty, but I believe I have a couple packs, what are they called? I don't know. A couple dozen eggs out in the garage fridge, so I will double check that. I do have some bacon. So this is one of the things I was thinking about cooking up because Connor does like BLTs and I can put those in his lunch. So that's the other thing I'm kind of trying to do as I'm figuring out what I need from the grocery store, is like not only what in my fridge do I have that I need to cook like for dinners for the week, but also what are some things that I can meal prep using up these ingredients. Okay, I can see right now that my lime and lemon bin is looking quite empty, so I need a refill of those. And actually Connor put avocado on the list, but I just found that I have some. So see, that's an example of something that I probably would have purchased that I already had I not done this inventory before I made my list. I also have like some Lunchables and applesauce and stuff like that in here. Connor hasn't really been liking to take Lunchables for his lunches, and Kira hasn't really been taking lunches that much because she has been eating at school. She says that the spicy chicken sandwich is the best thing she's ever eaten in the high school cafeteria. So I'm definitely not gonna get more of those. But then I do need more applesauce. However, I know that I already have a backup of my applesauce packets that Connor likes, so I'm not gonna have to get those either. There's also a reminder that I need to wash these grapes up, so I'll get those out. This is a bag of cooked broccoli that I thought I was gonna use, but it's been in here for over a week, so I think I'm gonna toss it because I don't know. I probably could smell it, and if it smelled okay, I could use it, but I'm not gonna take a chance. And then milk, I always just make sure we have enough milk to get us through the week. We actually don't go through milk really super fast. I just use it a little bit in cooking, and then other than that, I mean, sometimes when we eat cereal, we're not really big cereal eaters and we're not big milk drinkers, so we just don't go through it that fast. Okay, now this little jar of salsa reminds me that we need tortilla chips, so I'm gonna put that down. And then I've got 2 containers of salsa in here, so it should be good for that. Okay, now marinara sauce, you wouldn't think this would go bad in the fridge very fast, and most of the time it doesn't. But I have had marinara sauce, like I put the cap back on, you know, use it for something and then put the cap back on and put it in the refrigerator. It doesn't last for a super long time. So if you're gonna keep this in the fridge for longer than 10 days, I would say probably a week to 10 days, I would definitely freeze it. I just usually pour it in a quart-sized Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. It freezes fine. I'm gonna try to use this week. So I have this jar of Rayo's, and then I also have some marinara sauce that I made homemade from tomatoes that I got from the farmer's market. So I need to figure out a way to use these this week. What I think I'll probably do is I would make lasagna, but not everyone in my family is like super enthused with that. I guess I could make it without the ricotta for Kira. Actually, you know what? I think I will do that. I think tomorrow I'll make lasagna because I'm doing low carb right now, and I have zucchinis that I also got from the farmer's market. So what I could do is make some zucchini lasagna and some regular lasagna. And the reason I'm saying I should do that is because I also have cottage cheese and some ricotta cheese, which I need to use up. Ricotta is another thing that will not last indefinitely in your fridge. I mean, it'll last probably, I don't know, a week or 2 after you open it, depending on the date. But it does go south. I wouldn't say quickly, but quicker than some other cheeses do. and then I just want to think about all of the other things I need for a lasagna meal. So I've got noodles, I've got zucchini, I've got ground beef in the freezer. I've got a big bag of mozzarella cheese in here. And then I've also got Parmesan. So I have those two things, so I don't need to worry about that. So see, that's like a perfect use of stuff that I have in my fridge, right? Okay, some of this stuff is outdated, like these little tortilla shells. Those are out of date. Okay, this cheese is also something I always keep on hand just for sandwiches. Kira likes to eat this with turkey in her wraps. So it looks like I need another package of this. I only have a couple of slices left. And then I'm also gonna get some more of this thick cut carving board turkey. Connor really likes this, not necessarily on a sandwich, but sometimes I'll make like a bento box, you know, with it for his lunch with some cheese and crackers and things like that. Okay, so this is a crime against humanity probably, but this asparagus has gone bad and it's slimy and it smells bad and it's not good anymore. So unfortunately, this is an example of something I purchased with a purpose last week and did not use. I'm pleading not as guilty as I should plead because I was gone and out of town for work. And so I don't even remember what I was gonna make with it. I was probably gonna roast it in the oven, who knows? Okay, green onions are another thing I always keep on hand. These are mostly wilted. In fact, I think I'm gonna cut these off and put them in some soil and regrow them, but I need some more. So last us through this week. Okay, here's something else that's in here. What is this? These are corn tortillas. So, and these don't outdate for another month or so. So I could definitely make beef enchiladas. I'm pretty sure I have enchilada sauce in the pantry. I have cheese, I have beef in the freezer. So that's another idea I'll put down. All right, and then I also have some poblano peppers. I did get these at the farmer's market and I have not, well, there's one that's moldy, so I'll have to throw that one away. But I still, most of them, I still have 4 that are all still intact. And then I have some jalapenos that I also got and some kale. I just need to soak this in some water. So those things I can definitely still salvage for a meal. I've got some cucumber. This I got at the farmer's market, but probably won't be enough to last us for the week. I do have some peppers I haven't used yet, so we'll probably cut those up. I've got celery. One thing I need is lettuce because I don't have any right now. And oh my gosh, these these carrots are almost 3 weeks out of date. Whoops. Okay, feta cheese. I always love to keep feta cheese on hand. I'm not gonna save this because I know it's been in there for a couple weeks and once you open it, I'd rather not take a chance. I have some parsley. Cilantro, I always like to keep cilantro on hand, but I know I have some out in the fridge. And then, okay, prosciutto. What can I make with this? I can actually make some prosciutto wrapped chicken. I think that would be really good. But this is something that I don't necessarily need to use this week. It doesn't outdate until the end of October, so not necessarily super concerned about that. This is a pepper that I got from the farmer's market also. That's still good. And then I've got some flatbread in here. Normally with like bread and tortillas and things like that, this hasn't been opened yet, but if I know I'm gonna be gone for a week like I was last week, I tend to kind of just throw this stuff in the fridge because I know it'll last longer that way. And especially even some of this bread that has a lot of preservatives in it and tortillas, if you leave them out on the counter, they will mold rather quickly. So I just prefer to keep them in the fridge. The other thing I've got in here is I've got some Canadian bacon. I've got some beef hot dogs. I have actually a pizza kit in the pantry that I could use. So I guess I'll probably need some more mozzarella cheese if I'm gonna make pizza on Friday. But that would be a good idea to use that stuff up. I could do Canadian bacon pizza and then I could also do a pepperoni pizza because I do have some big pepperoni. And then I've got Swiss cheese, American cheese. I always try to keep American cheese on hand just for grilled cheeses and things like that. I will need cheese sticks and then probably some lunch meat. So I'll probably get some ham and turkey. I've got Swiss cheese, and actually, you know what? I should get some corned beef because I've got some sauerkraut in here too. I was just thinking that. that I could use up. So I could do Reuben's because I've got Thousand Island dressing, I've got sauerkraut, Swiss cheese. All I would need is some rye and some corned beef. I also opened this can of pumpkin over the weekend for a different recipe. I made like these keto pumpkin donuts that were actually pretty good. But now I'm kind of wondering what I'm gonna do with this canned pumpkin. I'm pretty sure you can freeze canned pumpkin. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. But what I was really thinking about doing with this is making some pumpkin bars. Not that they're really on my diet, but my family loves them, and I have cream cheese. So basically I could do pumpkin bars with cream cheese frosting. That would be really good to make out of that. I also have this container of whipped cream cheese. I believe I bought this because I was gonna make some of those pickle roll-ups. But I guess I could get some bagels to go with that. All right, so I'm out here in my garage, and we actually just got a half of a cow, or half of a beef, whatever you call it. I know people have strong opinions about that. So our freezer is like super full of beef right now. I mean, I've got some Factor meals in there also. Actually, I should take some of these out of the freezer so I can use them this week. But we have like a really small chest freezer, and we went ahead and got half of a cow. That'll probably last us probably over 2 years. And it filled up the whole freezer. So besides what I have in here, which is a few eggplant kind of rollatini meal preps that I made a couple weekends ago, all of this is beef. So we've got chuck roast, rump roast, arm roast, steaks. You can't really see the ground beef because it's all underneath, but we have beef to last us for a super long time. Normally what happens is we go through the roasts first, then the steaks. The ground beef usually lasts us quite a while. I don't know exactly how many pounds it was. I'd have to look for sure. But anyway, half of a cow, we ended up paying, I think it was around $1,500. I think it was like $1,100 and something to the farmer who Adam works with, who we actually got the cow from. And then obviously you have to pay the meat locker to process, you know, the beef or whatever, and that was around like $400 or $500. So I've figured it out before, and it's honestly around $3 or less a pound, and that's for everything. So, you know, if you go to the store right now, you can't buy ground beef for like much less than $5 or $6 a pound, plus roasts and all of that stuff. So it really is a big savings if you can do that. I know not everyone can do that, and not everyone has like connections like that. So I don't, people ask me all the time, like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe ask on Facebook, like in your local Facebook town pages or whatever. It's like, oh, I know a guy who knows a guy who has cows. You know what I mean? So anything that I have to plan with beef for the next couple years, I'll be pretty set on. Now, I do sometimes buy beef at the grocery store if I'm doing it for demonstration purposes, like for a specific video. Which is fine, but by and large, I don't buy that much at all. And then this is our garage refrigerator, which is an Amana, and I swear to God, it's like 35 years old and it's still working, much like every other vintage fridge. So we still have some beef left in here from our last cow. So I need to go through this and kind of make a plan to use it. I know there's like a bunch of sirloin steak. And so what I was thinking is maybe putting that in the sous vide and making like steak tacos out of it. I've got some freezer meals in here, some chicken breast. It looks like I've got salmon burgers, some pork chops. And then over here, I've got noodles and different types of sausage, a few more Factor meals, some chicken breast. So I'm pretty stocked up on meat. I did get a Good Chop order last week, and so we got a bunch of seafood and chicken and bacon out of that. But for the most part, I try to make it so that I don't have to grocery shop for meat at the grocery store on a weekly basis. You probably noticed that in my grocery hauls anyway. And then in here, I do have some groceries that I had delivered this weekend. This was for a specific budget meal video. So I'll be incorporating some of those meals into our meal plan this week. obviously I don't want it to go to waste. I did kind of like a $50 challenge. So I am going to take these eggs into the house and get them into the fridge, so I'll have those. All right, so it's been a while since I've seen you. I have placed my grocery delivery order. I have made dinner, taken a shower, and my grocery delivery order has arrived. So let me tell you what everything cost. Okay, so in total, the groceries and household items were $358.53. Like we mentioned before, about 100 of that was non-grocery items. And then delivery was free. I had $1.20 for a beverage container fee because I got a 24 pack of Diet Coke. Tax was $10.90. The delivery driver tip was $20, and then my total was $390.63, which is super depressing. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so I got some tomatoes for sandwiches. I ended up having to put them in this container because a couple of them were smashed and leaking all over the bag, so I wanted to make sure that I tossed those so they didn't attract any fruit flies. I got some limes and some lemons like I talked about. A couple of avocados. I did end up getting these because I may want to make some guacamole. These are very hard, so I'll have to wait several days to use them. I got some cherry tomatoes. We were all out of those. Some cucumbers. I like the mini cucumbers for the kids' lunch boxes and salads and stuff. I got some strawberries. Some of the Better Crunch lettuce. I like to use this for sandwiches and salads. And then this is from the freezer section. This is steamed edamame in the pod. You just steam it in the microwave. It's super quick and easy. I like having it for lunch sometimes with a protein. I got some angel hair coleslaw, some blueberries, some iceberg lettuce for BLTs. And then I decided to get this Buffalo Ranch chopped salad kit. This is good. I've had it before. I have some chicken in the freezer I can make and put with this for lunches, so that will be good. Some green grapes, some Fuji apples because we were all out of apples. I also got some more cuties. The kids really like these. Last time I got them, they didn't really eat them, so I'm going to have to maybe encourage them to eat them or peel them or something this time, so I make sure those get eaten. I got some extra sharp white cheddar cheese. This is actually the only white cheddar cheese that my Walmart carries, which is kind of annoying. But I like to shred it in the food processor with Monterey Jack together, and it makes a really good like white cheese for burrito bowls or taco salads or things like that. It's actually what Chipotle uses for their cheese. It's very good. I got some sharp cheddar cheese sticks. Those are for Kira. Some corned beef for the Reubens I was talking about. I got some heavy whipping cream. So I was looking at a no-bake sugar-free cheesecake recipe that called for whipped cream, so I may make that this week, but I got that for that recipe. Some of the carving board turkey, a couple of packs of the pepperoni panino. The kids really like these. They're kind of pricey. I haven't been buying them much lately since all groceries have gone up. It's been so annoying. I got some turkey for sandwiches, some sauerkraut. Adam actually likes sauerkraut on his hot dogs, and obviously I got it for Reubens, so I just decided to get a big jar. I got some Hidden Valley Ranch. What is wrong with you? You want a treat or something? You guys sit. You sit? You're a bad boy. Are you a bad boy? You guys sit. Oh, see, now that I have the treat, he will sit. There you go. We've been out of the Hidden Valley Ranch for a while, and y'all know that's what Connor likes. The ranch from the valley. I got some sour cream. I actually got 2 containers of sour cream. I wanted to have this just because it's easier sometimes to squeeze on things and portion out. I got some mayo because we were almost out of that. I liked this the last time I bought it, even though it's a pain to reconstitute. It's the pumpkin spice Starbucks cold brew, so got that. I actually got another can of sauerkraut on accident, so whoops. We have some chips in the pantry, so I got some French onion dip. The kids have been liking that. Some mozzarella cheese pearls for Connor's lunches. I got some Swiss cheese for Rubens, some American cheese. Connor likes that with the turkey for his sandwiches, and then some of the extra sharp cheddar cheese for Kira. I've got a whole package of hot dog buns, or I'm sorry, hot dogs in the refrigerator. So I decided to get a package of buns in case we want to have those. Some shredded mozzarella cheese for the lasagna, etc. Some of the artisanal bread. This is what Connor likes for PB&J. We use this for toast in the morning. And then I got some rye bread for Rubens. I probably won't eat this. I've been just eating breadless Rubens, but I actually really like this bread better than the dark rye, because if you grill this in a pan, you can actually see whether it's burnt or not, which like the super dark pumpernickel, you can't really tell. I've been all out of Lowry's seasoned salt, so I got some more of that. Some goldfish, Kira wanted those. Connor wanted the snack size at Slim Jim. He likes those. I got some more dog food for the dogs. Mini bagels to use up that cream cheese we have in the fridge. Some Capri Sun for lunches. I put these in the freezer already. The Klondike vanilla sandwiches. I got these for myself. They are low carb, high protein, crispy chicken shell tacos. They're super good by Real Good Foods if you've never had them before. I got some chips for chips and salsa. Kira asked for these honey barbecue Fritos, so I got those. I got some more pretzels. I got the Minties dental treats for the dogs. Some lens wipes because we are all out of those. This candle smells awesome. It is the cranberry mimosa scented candle from Walmart. Highly recommend it. I've been looking for fall scents lately. I got a couple of these lidocaine and menthol patches. These are like the icy hot patches. We just keep these on hand like for back pain, shoulder pain, whatever pain you get because you're over 40 years old. Adam's shoulder has been bothering him, so he's been using those. But these are just like the icy hot ones, and they are generic, so they're cheaper. I would recommend getting the ones with the lidocaine and menthol. I think that they work the best rather than just the menthol or just the lidocaine. I got some paper plates. I really like this OxyClean for towels and sheets, and I was out of that. You are so rude, sir. He's like, I don't care. I got some these little hot dog treats are so cute for the dogs. The kids already broke into these Takis. They asked for those. More bones for the dogs. You're not getting any more bones today, sir. You've had enough, okay? If you want to eat some food, you can go to your food and drink some water and go night-night, okay? Thank you. Connor really loves this Stranger Things pizza, which I think is hilarious. I don't know whether he likes it because it tastes really good or whether he just really likes Stranger Things. I guess it doesn't really matter either way. But I also saw that they had Stranger Things ice cream, so I thought it would be fun for the kids to try these. I got the USS Butterscotch. It says Scoops Ahoy, so it's from the ice cream shop in the show. This one is butterscotch ice cream, salted caramel, and chocolate. The Void is black vanilla ice cream with a strawberry ribbon and vanilla cream cookie pieces. Mint Flare is mint ice cream with chocolate chunks and rainbow confetti. So I'll have to let you know how those are, but I just saw them kind of like come up in the Walmart app today when I was shopping. One thing I noticed about the Walmart app today is that it was super slow. Like I would like add something to my cart and then I would wait for like 20 seconds and then it would finally add it. And I tried like turning off and on my Wi-Fi on my phone because I thought it was maybe my Wi-Fi, but I don't think it was. I think it was just their site must have been super slow or their app was super slow or something. So anyway, it is late. I guess not that late. It's after 10, but I'm gonna get ready to go to bed. So I'll probably finish making my meal plan in the morning. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so it's Friday and it's time for me to edit this video and bring it to you. And I am here to give you an update on my epic fail of a meal plan this week. I don't know what I was thinking, okay? I did not even take my own advice this week. One of the things that I always talk about with meal planning is to be very realistic, right? One of the things I did not do this week is really plan for or anticipate the number of activities that we would have going on and the fact that it's homecoming week. So did I make any of the things that I said I would make earlier? No, I did not. I certainly did not make lasagna. I certainly did not make enchiladas. And what was the other thing I said? I think maybe those were the only 2 things that I said. But the good news is that nothing is gonna go to waste. That stuff is still in my fridge, and I'm planning on cooking or meal prepping some of it this weekend. So I don't think it's a total loss. Like, the food isn't gonna go to waste, but it's definitely a lesson learned for me in terms of making sure that I plan out my week from the beginning and that I'm just really realistic about what I can cook. I think, we had like not great family meals this week. Like, I think Monday I had corn dogs and fries in the freezer, and I had fruit and veggies cut up and stuff. So that's what we had on Monday. I think Tuesday I stopped at Fairway in between running kids back and forth from practice and I was like, I don't want to pay to go out to eat, because it's like every time we go out to eat, even if we do fast food, it's like $40 or $50. Like, that's it's crazy. Like, I feel like it used to be like cheap, you know, to take your kids to McDonald's, you like order off the dollar menu, and now you get 4 like value meals for your whole family and it's like $50. But anyway, I needed something super simple to make, so I ended up getting some some of those beer battered fish fillets that you bake in the oven. I baked those in the oven. I made I got buns and tartar sauce. What did I make with it? Oh, mac and cheese, and then I got some frozen mixed vegetables. So that's what we had on Tuesday. Wednesday, Kira and I went to get our nails done, and then she begged me so that we could get Subway for dinner. So we got Subway, which again was like $45 for everyone to eat freaking Subway. And I didn't even buy chips or drinks or anything like that. It's crazy. Thursday, we ended up, I did cook Thursday. So I made a cilantro lime chicken that I had marinated and some Spanish rice. And so that was okay. I guess, that was like a home cooked meal. But today is Friday. I'm just actually getting ready to start work right now. It's still early in the morning, and probably we'll have pizza tonight because tonight is homecoming. And we always do pizza on Friday nights, and Connor is having a sleepover, and Kira's having a sleepover tomorrow after the homecoming dance. Last night was the homecoming parade. Connor had football practice. Connor had soccer practice this week. Kira had marching band and color guard both before and after school. And so it's just been craziness. So let's hope for a better week next week in terms of meal planning. I always appreciate you coming along with me here on my process as I ramble about my groceries and meal planning and food. I love that there are people out there like me that like to talk about this stuff, because there's not a ton of people in my real life. I guess my sister, I talked to my sister about groceries and meal planning and recipes. She's like the only one that I could talk to about this stuff. But anyway, don't forget to check out Earth Breeze. Again, thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want 40% off on your Earth Breeze subscription, make sure you take advantage of that link down below. And if you want to see how I made 4 dinners with only 5 ingredients each, it's actually a really fun video with some really great recipes. You can tap on the screen right here. And thank you for hanging out with me today. Bye.